to open up today's Q&A, can you talk a little bit about how you became involved with the film? And what is your expectation for the film now moving forward?
I hope the film will save the world. So we like to set our sights high. I guess I got involved with the film about 5 years ago, and meeting a quick funny story. I was working with Sea Shepherd in Australia, and I got taken over to this artist guy named Howie's house, who we saw in the movie. I had no idea who Howie was, but they just dropped me off there. And a bottle of wine later, me and Howie were driving over to Dave's house around the corner, and I showed up at Dave's house, and he had no idea who I was, and I didn't really know who he was. And he didn't really say a word to me the whole night. Didn't really pay attention to me. But at the very end, I put on a video, and he was kind of laying down, sort of going to sleep, and at his own party. And as soon as the video turned on, there was a sound of a whale, and Dave lifted up his head and watched the video sideways the whole way for 5 minutes, and then when it was over, he put down his head. And then I laughed. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a weird experience in Australia with these trippy surfer guys. And then a few days later, he emailed me and said, hey, I want to collaborate on this thing. I'm putting out this movie, like Liquid, and can I put the video on there? And I said, that'd be sweet. And so I think that's kind of how it got going, and then just met these amazing people. And for the Humane Society of the United States, and especially at the Hollywood office, as you can see, is the type of movie I love to get behind, because not only can you enjoy the experience and sort of, have a nice movie to watch, but it has a higher purpose for me and a higher meaning. And that's the kind of films we're looking to get behind and try to help out filmmakers in various ways, whether that's just research or whether it's actually getting really involved with it. So any of you fledgling filmmakers out there, make sure you contact the Hollywood office, and we can help steer you in the right way, hopefully. And I'd like to just give a shout out real quick to some of the people that really are here. There's so many of you that helped made this possible, but Milan, my brother here in the front, and everyone at Thompson in the back made this possible, and Johnny P, and Susan B, and a lot of others. So thank you all so much for being part of it.
Well, can I introduce Hannah Fraser, who's the mermaid? Without Hannah, many parts of this project just simply do not get done. And she knows that, but I'll let her speak a little bit more. And if anyone has any questions, please speak up.
Wow, what do I do with that kind of intro? I guess I just want to express how incredibly grateful I was to just be able to be part of something like this, and to express my gratitude to Dave and everyone, and Justin for your unfailing persistence to actually bring this to completion. Huge respect. Because, we did all this filming, we did all these adventures, and then it was left to Justin to pull all of that together and actually create the vision. And that is a really humongous job, so props to Justin. And I guess I just want to communicate that it was such an honor to just be able to hang out with the people that were involved in this. And so I would just urge every single person here, and I'm sure just the people that turn up to this kind of event, you're all involved in some amazing stuff already, but it's the biggest joy in my life to be able to be part of things like this. So reach out, make communities, do whatever you can do, use your passion, your particular skill, and just give it to a cause like this, because you'll be rewarded 1,000 times over. I've been a mermaid pretty much my whole life. I made my first tale when I was 9 years old, and it's been a passion of mine. I've continued to make tales, and for the last 8 years I've been working professionally as a mermaid. I create my own tales. Each one takes about 4 months to make, and is individually sewn, tiny little sequin scales, and they're very functional and beautiful, and that is my passion, and that's what I wanted to offer to this project. If you throw salt water on me afterwards, you'll find out.
Yes, our question right here, gentlemen.
How many hours of film were shot and how much editing was done?
Whoa. So 5-year project, how many hours of footage? I don't know, hundreds of hours of footage. Obviously you'd see everything from 35 millimeter film in this project to YouTube clips. So it was as big a project as we've ever worked on. I did want to kind of add a note to the mermaid story. Is that very early on when Steve and I first came to Dave and Hannah with this concept, Hannah said, "So what about the mermaid? Like, you got all this stuff for the boys in there. Where's all the stuff for the girls?" And I went, interesting. It takes a lot of different styles to reach everybody, whether it be a surfer, whether it be someone who's interested in what the celebrities are doing, or kids who care about their plastic bags. It takes all sides, and as a filmmaker, it's really interesting to sit back and listen to that, and sort of listen to it from the players who are involved, and to say, hey, how do I incorporate all these very interesting people and these ideas into this film, which is sort of how Isabel got involved. Isabel and I didn't really know her very much until we went to Blues Fest, and we're bringing up the visual petition, and then met her when we came to Japan for the powwow, and found that here was someone who could lend their celebrity in a way that was way bigger than my camera could ever do. So it's interesting to see how you can hear input from other people, whether it be about female involvement, about the mermaid, about celebrity involvement, surf rats, the whole deal. It was really real interesting that way. But I sort of want to know why Isabel's here and why she sort of jumped into a project like this to help out.
It seems like, why not? I think, I'm thinking back how I first got on board, and I think it was at the Blues Festival, but about a couple of weeks before, my friend sent me this YouTube video of the footage of what was happening in Japan, and I think it's the Glumber website. Do you remember it? What's it? Do you remember the name of it? That's okay. And I haven't ever seen footage of, I've seen a lot of animal slaughter documentaries about how it works in slaughterhouses, and I haven't ever seen any footage quite as devastating as this. And I just remember thinking, being overwhelmed with not knowing what I could do to help. And at the time I had this audition for a film called Daybreakers, and the character in the film was betrayed by her father and was really hurt and badly done by. And I remember trying to channel the feelings that I had after watching this footage, and I was so emotional and so passionate, and I really tried to bring it into the scene. I ended up getting the part as well, actually, in the film. But then a week later, I was at this music festival and I met Dave, and Hannah and Dave were doing the visual petition, and that was just a small way of something that I could do. And then I kept self-educating about the issue and wanting to be involved in just anything I could do. So